Welcome back everybody, my name is Nikko McFadden, performing artist and CEO of Real Life Music.
Been walking so long, but I keep moving on. It'll only make me strong if it don't kill me.
This week we're going to be talking about studio preparation. The studio is like the Shaolin monastery for musicians. You want to make sure you're fully prepared for the studio. Everybody that's ever recorded remembers that first time you heard your voice on tracks. It's a crazy feeling, and nothing quite compares to the first time you record in the studio. Chances are you probably recorded in a closet or with a couple mattresses up against the wall or just in a wide open room and you had time to mess around. Once you start spending $40, $50, $100 for a studio session, things change a little bit. So you want to make sure you're getting the most out of your studio sessions. First things first, if you're recording with a big time studio, chances are they probably book weeks out in advance, maybe even months. So don't call up an engineer and expect to be like, "What's up, man? I need to book some studio time." "Well, I figured it's 3 o'clock right now. I can stop by around 3:30. "What do you mean you're booked? You don't want to see me shine." But this is beneficial for you. Now you have time to practice. Now on a side note, I usually book my studio sessions for the afternoon or for the evening because I don't like that scratchy voice in the morning. Some people prefer that sound though, and it's all about knowing your voice. Secondly, have a plan. I normally don't book a 1 or a 2 hour session. I like to have time to work on my music. A lot of artists book a 1 hour session and they have like 3 songs to get done. It's not just about how fast you can spit one song and then get into the next one. I would normally figure about 1 hour per song, unless it's got singing in it or there's some kind of bigger concept to the sound. Now when you're just at home and you're recording by yourself, it's okay to work on the music as you're going and just record and write at the same time. But when you're dropping hundreds of dollars on a session, you don't want to be writing in the studio. As a musician, you want to take your craft as serious as a professional athlete. Writing, searching for beats, freestyling, that's all like practice. But those big shows and those big studio sessions, that's Sunday night football. So now say you got 4 songs you want to drop. You booked 4 or 5 hours about 2 weeks out in advance. Your beats are ready and your lyrics are written. Now, put them in the order of importance. Which song is most important to you? Do that one first and make sure you give yourself time to get it right. Sometimes you end up working on songs longer than you expected and you don't get to that last song you had to record. Now you have 2 weeks to practice.
We talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice? We talking about practice, man. We talking about practice. We talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We talking about practice, man.
Yes. Practice. Memorize your words. I've been recording for over 10 years now. I can hear it when somebody's reading off a piece of paper in the booth. And you can hear the confidence when somebody's in the booth and they have their words memorized. Just like any kind of professional, a studio engineer is going to take you as serious as you take yourself. If you walk in and tell him to find this beat on SoundCloud and get a converter to download it, then you're writing the rest of the song in the studio, he's gonna look at you like you're crazy. But if you walk in and give him a flash drive with all your beats on it, tell him which song you want to do first, now he's gonna take you serious. Believe it or not, what an engineer thinks of you is gonna affect your final project. Now you have your music ready and your lyrics written. Think about the extra stuff. Do you want to have a certain sound on this song? Give the engineer an example of somebody else that has that sound on a song. Do you want to have certain sound effects in your song? You want to start off with thunder and rain and end with the gunshot? Go through your songs, find the extra stuff and write it all down. There's gonna be a time when the engineer asks, "Is there anything else you want on this song?" The goal when you're paying big bucks for a studio session is to leave with the best product. So let's do a recap. You have all your music ready to go and memorized, all your beats on a flash drive, an order of importance, all your sound effects and extra stuff written down, and you gave yourself plenty of time to practice. Recording equipment and software has become so cheap, anyone can own their own studio. Now I've literally been in the radio station at the same time as another artist, and he got there first so the DJ took his music first. They started playing it over the loudspeakers and about 10 seconds in he stopped it and said, "Did you record this yourself?" "I can tell." So he gives him his flash drive back and grabs mine. Now this is what it's supposed to sound like. Now I felt bad for the dude standing next to me, but at the same time, between buying the beat and studio time, this was a $500 song, so it felt good to get some recognition. This week's episode is sponsored by Cat House Studios in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. With over 20 years of experience recording, Cat House Studios offers top-notch quality with a 100% professional recording atmosphere. If you're in the area and you would like to contact them, you can get more information on their website. As always, shout out to Beware the Locals for helping us put this together. Please put a thumbs up on this video, hit share, drop a comment below on anything you want us to cover. Thank you for tuning in to 5 Minute Artist Development. Knowledge is power, y'all. Peace.